Yes, sir. Did you have a question? I'm sorry. Yes.
Senator, I agree with you. I think the key to our economic recovery is to recover the real estate sector. And I think you're spot on about incentivizing the purchase of all the excess inventory of real estate we've got in the market. Is there anything on the table realistically that may be passed to incentivize the purchase of our excess inventory of real estate right now?
Well, as you know, we're on a deadline of November 30th, the current first-time credit expires, at a time in which less than half our sales are arm's length sales, most of them are foreclosures and short sales. Values continue to decline. I think it's inevitable we extend it, but if we extend it, we need to extend it so it addresses where the problem is. The problem is really not in the first-time home buyer market, it's in the move-up market, which is literally frozen. And until you have, and a tax credit gives you some of your tax money back to incentivize you to make an appreciable asset investment. That's a whole lot different than giving somebody money to go buy a car. That's somebody else's money to go do it. I don't want to say anything that would sound definitive because until the ink's dry, you don't want to do it. But I would tell you, I think there will be an extension, and I hope the extension will be more reflective of what I propose and what Harry Reid proposed. But we have a housing-driven recession. Housing has a 7-to-1 payback. For every dollar that's spent, it's a $7 payback to the economy. It's the single best thing we can do. And I think we've just got it. Got time for one more.
Senator, I think one thing that you talked about, the 86% paying for the 14%, which is probably a national number. I serve on the hospital authority in Emmanuel County, and in rural areas, I think the rural areas are the ones that are being missed by all of those numbers, because in Emmanuel County, for instance, 65% of the patients that use our hospital are on Medicare or Medicaid. So we have 35% attempting to pay for 65% because we're not receiving the reimbursement even at what it cost us to see those patients. Not to mention the $4 million in indigent care that we provide in this county every year that we receive no reimbursement for. So any government-run plan that increases the number of people that are on Medicare, Medicaid, or some government program, I fear will drive the rural healthcare system completely out of business, and there will not be access for people for quality healthcare in the rural areas. And I don't think that's being discussed in the debate that's going on about the healthcare bill.
On the 86%, the 86% includes not only the insured, but Medicare, Medicaid, and SR. They have some form of coverage, albeit reimbursement-wise not satisfactory. The president's pay for the 14% is to reduce the reimbursement for Medicare even more. And by the way, get this, on Medicaid they're going to repeal disproportionate share. I bet you're a DISH hospital. And DISH is an important part of you meeting your budget, isn't it?
We don't receive DISH, but we receive the Indigent Care Trust Fund and those things, which, like I said, we provide over $4 million in indigent care, and we receive about $600,000 in the Indigent Care Trust Fund. So we're providing $3.5 million in care that we never receive payment for. Not to mention, Medicare is set up, Medicaid is set up to only pay us 85% of what it costs us to treat that 65% of the patients. So we're losing that money as well. And rural hospitals are struggling all over this country, but no one's talking about that and increasing government plans that are going to be at less than full reimbursement.
Well, you've explained it obviously better than I could, but you're exactly right. The more you drive that, the worse it is for rural hospitals who are already under a tremendous amount of strain. And every time the president has talked about a savings, he's taken money from Peter to rob Paul, and Peter's going rogue. And in the hospital sense, that's the rural hospitals. Let me thank y'all for coming out today. I'll give you a little tip. There's only one Isakson in Georgia who spells their name with a K, and their name's in the phone book other than my brother, and he doesn't answer his phone. I'm in the directory at Marietta, Georgia. If you ever need us, call us. We have a full-time statewide staff. We don't have offices. We have Blackberries. We have telephones. We have computers. We make house calls. If you have a Medicaid problem, a passport problem, an adoption problem, an immigration problem, a problem with VA benefits, a problem with Medicare, a problem with Medicaid, we have offices to do exactly that. You give us a call, and I will guarantee I can't solve every problem, but I'll guarantee it will not be for a lack of 100% effort. We will make sure we solve the problem. Thanks for coming out.